Hey guys, today I want to show you how you can create enemy patrolling mechanic in Unity 6 very simply. And well, before we start, if you like my content and want to see more videos like this, please like this one and subscribe to my channel. Now let's begin. For that, we obviously will need to have enemy. I have this enemy which has uh, movement animation going on, nothing really more. And I will show you. You see, it moves. Of course, right now it moves at the place, but we will make sure to move our enemy with the help of our script, obviously. So what we need for that? First of all, let's create new script. I already have one empty script. I called it enemy. You can call it same, and make sure to assign this enemy into the enemy. So let's drag and drop it into the enemy. And let's double click to open in Visual Studio. Now we need to have few variables, and before we start coding, let me explain you how it will work. So basically we will have 2 points, point A and point B. We will place point A at the start of our enemy, so this will be point A, and we will place point B somewhere else. And basically with the help of Unity's built-in methods, we will make our enemy to move between those 2 points. So let's create a variable for these points. We'll say public transform. Let's call this one point A, comma point B, right? Also, we need to control speed, so public int, let's call this one speed. This will be enemy speed. Also, we will need to know what is current target at the specific moment, and we will need it in our script. And let's create private vector free, so 3-dimensional point, and let's call this one current target. That's it for now. Now in the update we will say simple logic, and we will say if transform dot position, which means if our enemy's position double equals to point A dot position. So if our enemy is at the point A, our current target should become obviously point B. So we will say current target equals point B dot position, right? Now let's create else if statement, and in this case we'll say transform dot position double equals point B dot position. So if our enemy is at the point B, our current target will be point A dot position, and semicolon. Now that we set our current target correctly, we can use vector3.move towards method, which allows you to move game object between points, between some points, in this case point A and point B. So let's say transform.position equals vector3.move towards, and brackets. In order this move towards method to work, it needs to have few parameters. First, we need to set up our position, which is transform.position, comma. Then we need to set up our target, our current target. So we will simply say current target, comma, and then we can have some speed multiplied to time dot delta time, which is time between frames, and we are doing it to make our movement more smooth. All right, that's pretty much it for now. Let's save this script, let it compile. By the way, if you want to learn Unity from beginning, I have courses, and I'll leave link in the description, so you can definitely check it out. It's for beginners. Even if you are completely new, you can still enroll. But yeah, now that we have enemy, we will assign speed to be free. And for the point A and point B, what we should do? Well, to make everything simple and not to overcomplicate anything, I will simply duplicate this enemy by controlling the D. Okay, I will remove everything a part of this transform component. So remove everything from there, from point A. And let's name it point A. And I will not change any position of the point A. It will be our starting point. And I will duplicate this point A, Control and D. Let's name it point B. And for the point B, I will just take it somewhere. And since I have the slide downwards in the road, I will also take it a little bit down on the Y. But if you have straight ground, you don't need to change anything. Just move it somewhere with this red arrow and you will be good to go. So I will select enemy, and we need to drag point A. We need to drag point B. And let's hit play. Let's see how it looks. Okay, let's move. And here we go. Our enemy moves, as you see. Problem is that our enemy is moving backwards. And it's easy to fix. Basically, if we select enemy, in the sprite renderer, we have this element of flip. And if we activate flip X, you will see that enemy changes direction. By default, of course, we don't need to activate this flip X, but when we start moving towards point A from point B, we will simply activate this flip X. To do that, first of all, we need to access the sprite renderer. To do that, here we will say private sprite renderer, and let's call this one SR. And in the void start, we will use getComponent method to tell Unity what we mean when we say SR. So we can say SR equals getComponent, and the component that we are trying to access is sprite renderer, brackets and semicolons. And now here we can simply say sr.flipx equals false, because we don't need to flip when we move on the right side, but right here when we move on the left side, we need to flip our enemy. So we will say sr.flipx equals true, and we can save, let it compile. Let's go back and let's hit play. And let's see. Here we go. Our enemy now is patrolling correctly, moves correctly. Obviously, you can use other assets for the enemy. You only need to have some walking animation going on there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you like this content, again, want to see more videos like this, please like this one and subscribe to my channel.